Welcome, everyone, back to another BOLDcast One Piece reaction person.
I'm Lindsay.
This is One Piece episodes 531 and 532. Let's get right into it. Leave a like and subscribe. Check out Patreon. Let's go.
What is this?
The heck?
Okay. Oh my god. It's almost like we weren't meant to open this.
What kind of evil has been unleashed on this place?
Can't believe you guys let this guy out of here. Ew. Oh my god. What the f-
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah. Can someone else please show up and get rid of this guy? It might be better if you did.
This is creepy as shit.
Yeah. Oh, he wants to sell them. Are they just in his body right now?
I have no idea.
Why'd he leave a piece of himself behind?
Yeah, I don't know. All right.
This is just not true. Don't you dare accuse them of anything. Having a banquet. You can't suspect them blindly, considering the main thing that you guys would know about them was that they punched a celestial dragon because he was trying to buy a mermaid. Oh, but this. For the message from Jinbei.
Fishverly Hills. That's where I wanna be. Like Pokemon. She's sitting there like, does this guy think that he is? He just keeps saying his name over and over again.
My honest reaction.
So it's like they can fly?
Well, they have bubbles on them.
Do the animals have bubbles? Oh, they do. Okay, sorry, I missed that part.
And he's wearing your merch, bro. You're so famous. To miss out. It's probably for the best that he stayed behind. Ew. Everyone down below, why is it raining?
Gross.
Zoro. You guys! Good thing Usopp's been working out so much. Had to hold them on the back of that thing. That's nice.
You wanna...
And what could that
What
be?
could that...
I bet there are.
I hope so. I want to know more about what you learned about otherwise, though. So we got separated again. Real quick, this is what we were talking about, but it's happening in a way more natural and understandable way, rather than just Luffy got stuck in between two buildings for like episodes and episodes, or he got swallowed by a snake to get him away, or
someone's just lost, or
just like, oh, NL shows up and just zaps Sanji and he's just out for the whole time, and then he gets zapped later and he completely tanks it, maybe because he built up antibodies from the fucking lightning. Not complaining about all of those. The point, I just wanted to point out that like Sanji is out of commission, so Chopper has to help him out, therefore they're fucking off to the side. Then Franky has personal backstory stuff to get to. Robin has a reason to look at things here because this is kind of out of the way, and there's probably some secrets that aren't passed over to, like, you know, outside of society. There's probably secrets here that she can learn. So that's 4 people right there. Am I missing anybody? That's it, right?
Zoro, we haven't really seen him.
Zoro got, he got
killed.
lost and like normal, but he's already up there, supposedly. So yeah, you get 5 people out, and we can now focus on these people, but it's not like they just, you know, just for no reason.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. It's just good. I like it. And we can focus, the reason why I like it is because Brook is among the people that we're with.
Yeah,
so we get to
know him
hang out with
better.
him, and he gets a piece of the spotlight. And it seems like, honestly, up to this point, Oda has been trying to include Brook in more conversations and at least gags to make him feel more present, which is good because the time between him being in the group and then him and Franky, them being in the group, it feels like we didn't get a lot of time like with them in the dynamic. Franky, we got a very small amount, but Brook, it feels like we got nothing.
Yeah.
We just got nothing outside of Thriller Bar because everything just started moving a million miles a minute. And on that topic, sorry, I really do wonder if it would have been better to have Brook added to the crew after we went into the New World. I like the idea of him being in the crew if he was going to be in the crew before the time skip. So I don't know which is better, genuinely, but because like then, you know, the time skip and then we get the whole Soul King Brook and it's so iconic.
Yeah.
But it just feels like the story moved faster than Oda was able to manage with the amount of crew members they had and like giving us that time. I feel like we needed another little garden or some kind of separate arc to kind of like settle us in, or like maybe a Foxy thing to like, you know, something like that.
I feel like I do get that, but I also feel like, you know, part of it is having the crew like mostly complete, or like, you know, it's like
whoever gets at,
but I mean, like, before you go into the New World, it's like how the crew that we had before we went into the Grand Line will always feel
like the core
group. Not that everyone else isn't important, but they were all together when they went into the New World.
Yeah.
And right now they're in Fishman Island, but I imagine when we come up on the other side, like, just the feeling of going to a new, you know what I mean? Like, just the chance that they get to experience this.
Yeah.
Together.
It just like, I feel like maybe the difference is just that the newer members, Franky and Brook, it feels like, I hope that we can get some of what we got with Robin in Eni's Lobby in Water 7. Maybe not to that extreme of a level, but something like that with Franky, like what we got with Robin in Water 7 and Eni's Lobby. Because that, like, we got her like sort of before we learned all her shit, I guess. It was like, we talked at the time about how it was like switching up the format, because everybody else, we got their backstory and then they joined, but then Robin was like, oh, you just join. And then there was like a time to like get to know her throughout. And then with Franky and Brook, we went sort of more back to the normal format where we get through most of their backstory and then they join at the very end. Yeah,
well, Brook was technically offered to join like the instant that we saw him.
That's true. But he didn't really join and like go on the cruise with us until, like, you know, you're right. It kind of mixes things up a little bit, and kudos to Oda for that. It's just that I feel like I'm not I feel like how you said, it's like the people who were there in the East Blue, Luffy, Nami, Sanji, Zoro, Usopp, the original 5, feel really close, but Chopper feels really close because we've had a lot of time to like hang out with him. And Robin does as well because we had so much focus on her after we were with her, and there was a journey from her just referring to everyone by descriptions of them, like long nose and swordsman and all these kinds of things, to her opening up and then calling them by their name. And now when she like giggles and like is, you know, laughing at them like messing around or whatever, it feels very earned. Whereas I feel like with Brook and Franky, I don't feel 1,000% like that, you know? I really do love Franky, and I really do feel like he's like a member of the story, but I feel like I need maybe a little bit more, especially with Brook. Yeah. Like, so I guess I'm glad that we at least get this little bit of him here, and it seems like Oda is making an effort
to try and keep him
relevant and keep him present in the dynamic and everything. Like all the way down here, like it seemed like Oda was really trying to give him speech bubbles, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway. She's gonna destroy him. Yes! Oh. And the clouds. I like that Nami's asking about this too. It has like an enchantment or something.
Sun tree.
Just like what I said, yeah, it like refracts the light, or we both said it.
That's a different tree. Very cool. Oh my god, Luffy. I really just insult this guy like every 5 seconds. I want to see the actual entrance. Oh.
It like forces the air out. Oh! Oh, it's like a dial. It's a bubble dial, but it's coral instead of a thing. That's pretty cool. Nami and Usopp, you guys should get a bunch of these.
Yeah.
Just for the outside.
Whoa. I feel like it's just not gonna get old that he just...
he says his name.
I'm gonna be super, super famous.
And yet you'll still be outshined by Kami in conversation.
Well, she was invited too, don't forget. Whoa. Whoa.
Shenron! It's the fucking dragon! It's a literal celestial dragon, by the way. It's very, like, Chinese.
Just roast his house. Very cool.
His advisor or something? Is he a seahorse fishman?
Who cares? Let's get some food.
Zoro already eaten?
Luffy?
He's missed. Shirahoshi.
Is that her?
Minister of the right, so he's like a prime minister. Minister of the left. Oh, okay, it's a partisan system here. You came at a very tumultuous time in their history.
Is Luffy just dying right now?
He's got the bubble.
He left the bubble, so I hope he made a new one.
I think it was like attached to his thing, maybe?
Oh, okay,
yeah.
I see.
Or he took a piece of it, I don't know.
Luffy. This place is so nice. Look at all those fish.
It feels like an underwater version of that resort they were on in the Bear no Matsuri movie, kind of. Mm-hmm. How do you smell it? You're in a bubble, brother. You're not, like, if you're in the water, I guess I could see it. You're in the bubble. How are you smelling that? Must be really good food. Or he's just imagining it. Oh, is it gonna be the girl's room? Or her tower, maybe, in this castle? Oh. Luffy always breaking into fucking girls' castles.
Pig.
Pig Luffy.
Oh.
Why are they throwing axes at the doors from the outside?
No, that's what I was wondering.
I wonder if it's gonna be the princess is like all kind of tomboyish or something.
She's gonna be like throwing stuff, but why are they
how is it outside? Yeah. I guess the door's open and then she throws them, but we saw them hitting the door. Unless it's just a prison and he's gonna unleash a evil. So he literally likens it to a prison.
Yeah. And then he's like, oh, let's go
We
in.
just opened it, so it's not locked. It's gonna be a huge, beautiful mermaid tomboy tsundere.
She just attacks everything.
Is he on a
Her
boob?
body.
Is he on a boob right now? Is he on a breast? Is that a breast? I'm expecting the joke. What are those? Are those breasts? Yes, of course he's on tits right now. Classic.
She's huge.
She's like from Dark Souls. What's her name? Gamu Gamu no! You're molesting a princess right now, Luffy.
What do you mean, is somebody here?
Oh, is this from... Yeah! We've been seeing, like, pictures of her. The preview on Crunchyroll, like the...
What are you doing on my body?
Okay, she's not a tsundere or a tomboy, but at least so far.
I still don't know why there was weapons.
Why? Who's trying to throw weapons at her door?
Or, oh, those people were trying to kill her?
Who? You're in the palace.
How'd they even get in there? Just a crybaby.
She'll kill you with her tears, Luffy.
Okay, relax, please and thank you.
Okay, sorry.
Shut up.
Sorry for pausing so long in the middle of that, but yeah, what the fuck's going on with this door?
I thought that she was gonna be locked in there because she was like freaking out and attacking everything.
Yeah.
But then no, she
weapons
said
are on the
people were trying to kill her, but it was so easy to break in here.
Yeah.
I mean, Luffy's really, really, really strong.
That's true.
But
maybe that's it. He's really strong, so he could open the door. But there's
a guy who just came in here and brought her food, so like
maybe he knows the mechanism to open the door, like, or he has a key that opens it for you. There's a lot of things about this place that are like mechanical.
I also feel like if people were like attacking her, it would be better for her to be in the water so that she could get away faster.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I don't know what's going on with this. It seems awfully complicated.
And yeah, I love the king just like the king, like they're like, oh, it's the king, and Kami and Papaku are so like, oh no, don't insult the king. He's the king. You know,
yeah.
He's so, and then they just come home and he just gets fucking yelled at.
Gets chewed
it's like
out
you go over to
immediately.
your friend's house, but they like weren't really supposed to have friends over, and then their mom's just like, I told you that you're not having that you're not having anyone over, and you're just like sitting there awkwardly in the back, like.
It happened again a few minutes ago. Just a random thing. I think it's interesting that his like main prime minister dude is like a sea dragon, you know, or like, I think that's kind of the idea. He's a seahorse, but seahorses are called sea dragons. So I think that, and because like there's the, you know, a dragon is like a celestial kind of being. They're like a high on the spiritual food chain, so to speak.
Such a beautiful palace.
Yeah. And so there's literally a celestial dragon making up the iconography of this place. That's crazy. It's like literally a celestial dragon. So what the fuck does that mean? Is that just to be cool? I think it's probably just to be cool. And just because it's like a big ancient symbol, right? Like it's just a big, powerful symbol. But the fact that there are celestial dragons that are like the political figures, and that you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It is interesting. I do like the design of the palace. I feel like it's cool.
I think it's cool as shit.
I think that it was an interesting choice. Just in terms of like that, like some parts of it seem kind of like corally, but some parts don't. But it still has like the look of a reef, you know? Because I feel like it would have been easy and also still really cool to just make it like be a reef, like just fully made out of coral, like more of a natural thing. But I feel like it is also really interesting just to make it this, but like very
different types of things.
Yeah.
And like, what are these grapes? They're like,
yeah, I don't know,
there's like sea
grapes.
flowers, like SpongeBob-esque flowers, and there's like grapes looking coral and different, like, there's a bunch of different, clearly a lot of detail was put into all this. Very awesome.
Yeah, and the sun, there's a sun tree. And the
sun
roots,
tree.
like, bring the sun.
I wonder if that means... Oh, this is what I was going to say. I wonder if the sun tree devours the darkness. Like, maybe it's something like that. Because, like, real trees eat sunlight. But this tree emits sunlight. So maybe... You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's emitting the sunlight because it, like, drinks in darkness. And maybe what makes me think that Oda could do something like that is with Blackbeard's devil fruit, where it devours like Ace's kind of sunlight. Like it's kind of a motif, or like a thing that's been done before, a thing that's been used before, and often he kind of reuses ideas but frames them slightly differently, or something like that. Like the idea of King Neptune, this very much feels like a Skypiea 2.0.
Yeah.
Where, it just feels like Skypiea 2.0, where we go through like a really big arc, like Alabasta, and it's like a big revolutionary thing where like a lot of big things are happening, a lot of big things are learned. We encounter like a much higher plateau, and then we go exploring again, and we're now in this
Totally
otherworldly world. There's an octopus taking us there instead of taking us out of it. It's like a completely different world, and it's the opposite. So like, there's the sky, and then now we're in deep beneath the sea. And
we had to make modifications to our ship in order to be able to go there.
And there's a whole royal system here that's kind of in question or in turmoil. And there's also a rogue group that's off to the side, like the Shandians, who like I think they're like the fishman pirates, where they kind of have a sort of a racial or like a racial or a cultural reason to like rebel against the status quo because they've been wronged, or they feel like they don't have what they deserve, type thing. This is shaping up to feel a lot similar to Skypiea, just kind of mirrored, or at least mirrored in a lot of ways. And now we have a way bigger crew, we're way more powerful. But the thing with Skypiea is that it was with the Shandians and with the king and stuff like that, the king was like really guilty and felt like it was his responsibility to try and make up with them, but it was also, a lot of people were supported by the system that was putting all these other people down. So what do? Do you just like say, fuck you guys, fuck all the native people of this land, and just, we're here now, so go fuck yourself? Or, you got to try and work them in somehow and make sure that everybody's happy on some level if you can. But in this one, what, how is this all going to work? Because those guys, the new fishman pirates, want to like kill all humans. It seems like they got this drug, and they have like they want to do fishman superiority. And so what I feel like it's going to be maybe a kind of similar situation with this royal family, where they're like, do we just say go fuck yourself and you do what we say because we're the rulers here? Or do they have a point that the celestial dragons are fucked up and we need to like rise up against them or something? Like, or are they just lashing out? Like how is this all going to work out? I feel like they were set up for a kind of similar thing, because they also called him like the god of the sea, or the god of the, whatever. I forget if they said the god of the sea or what the specific word was, but it was framing him very similar to the god of the sky. How there is like a position that is held.
Yeah.
And maybe those are connected lore-wise, or maybe it's just a similar motif or a similar sort of pattern that Oda's drawing on. Maybe without knowing it, maybe he does know it, and again, it's like he's working it into his lore. That there's like, you know, the sea and the sky, and maybe there's one of the earth or one of the fucking, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll see. But
yeah, I'm just not sure about like what's going on with this. Because it's like if people are getting in here to the point that that's why I feel like something's weird going on, because if people are getting in to the point that they're just like throwing weapons at this door.
Yeah, how are they getting in
here? How are they getting in here? Like the security needs to be beefed up. That's just atrocious on behalf of the, you know. And I was gonna say, if people are just breaking in here, then maybe that's why they don't have water in this area, because like, you know, mermaids are like not as useful on land because they can't swim away. They can't really swim very fast. You know, and then they'd have to be in like a floaty basically if they're in the air. And then fishmen, as we know, are way stronger than humans, but they're also like, it's like, you know, it's the difference is like way more when they're in the water because they can swim really good, whereas like people can't really swim that good. So like maybe that's why maybe she's out of the water as a, you know, cautionary measure, so that you know, but then they all need to be in the water too, so it's kind of, you know what I mean? I don't know. I can't really tell, but either way it's interesting. Yeah, I was thinking about the tree still. Yeah, that is interesting. I also would wonder what the tree looks like on the surface, you know?
Yeah.
Like, is this one of those like giant trees like the one on Ohara?
Yeah,
it's like a super giant tree. And maybe Robin's gonna find something really cool down here because it's like, oh, all these big trees are like, you know, they're like very important. But maybe instead of something being like the important stuff being around like the top of this tree, it's on like the floor of it, you know? Not the floor, the roots.
Yeah. Yeah, and well, I had the thought that maybe like all those trees are connected, and like if there was like a mass flooding or something like that because of some cataclysm when the original kingdom or whatever was rebelled against, or however whatever actually happened, maybe it was a symbol of their country, or it was like something that they gained power from, or maybe the world like reacted in a certain way, maybe it's like mutated, or maybe it's, you know, if it's big enough to be like this isn't even a tree, it's like a root of the tree that's just made its way down here. Maybe it's just huge and sprawling the whole world and like pops up at some little areas, and it's really like a giant fungal network rather than just a tree itself. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. And then there's Tom-san.
Yeah, I hope we see a little bit of that, and that would be nice. His family.
His relatives. This is where he came from. Family's here. I have to tell them the way that he lived. Yeah. So I want to see more about that too. And maybe Robin will learn more about that. Because, you know, we just cut from them figuring out what they're going to do, and then Oda's like, okay, I need to give Robin something to do. She's going to go look up some history. We instantly cut to them talking about, where does this light come from? Does it say 1,000, 100,000, 10,000 meters? Oh, I thought it was years ago. Something like that. Again, you can see the way that Oda kind of thinks about things when he's right. He's just like, okay, all right, so we're thinking about what Robin's doing. We're thinking about history. We're thinking about history. We're thinking about history, and then he dumps history, and he's, you know, like he kind of like is grabbing on, like, you know, not reaching for straw, not grasping at straws, but like he just goes to what's naturally where the story's leading him, kind of thing, and you can see that in cases like this. At least it feels like he's in that kind of mode right now, as we're exploring this.
Yeah.
Leave a like, subscribe, so move on to the next one.
Oh. Poor fish. Might just have to take the L on that one. Right. Yeah, I'm sure it's just her dad that doesn't want you to marry her. Why is there shift? Like, doesn't a shift change? Like, one person is there till the other person gets there? Just kills her. Just had a lot of force behind it. He's like, that was you! This guy's such a genius. What a great way to get her to want to marry you.
Mm-hmm. Two investigations? Is one of them just... Oh.
Okay, literally no.
And the other one because suspected being a potential risk. Because of
the vision.
The vision.
Mm-hmm.
It would be pretty dumb if she accurately predict everything and then is just wrong about them, though.
Yeah. No! How dare you poke him? Yes, it was a calculated decision to run away.
When Luffy makes a noise, it's her stomach. When her stomach makes a noise, you just misheard and there's nothing. He's such a crazy looking thing.
Yeah. He really looks like one of those dogs that's just kind of like really goofy looking. Yeah.
Oh. So he touches them and then that's their mark. I wonder what the range is on that. Must be really, really, really far.
Yeah. It's so huge, like so much food. Yeah, he's not very smart. Yeah, how old were you when that first started, is my question.
It's a crunchy oyster.
Just like Ariel.
Yeah.
Like a hamster. Oh. Now. Luffy!
Builds character.
Just eats all of her food.
She just said she wants to go to the surface.
Join our crew. If they catch her on a walk with him, they're gonna be like, Straw Hat Luffy's luring her out into the open so she can get assassinated.
Perfect priorities there, Luffy.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't know the circumstances. That's how he can sleep. You better give us a few more of those shirts.
Oh boy, Brook. Nami studied weather magic. Usopp has upgraded his abilities and honed his body. Brook has played more music.
Yeah. Let's have a banquet. No. Let's just have a banquet while you decide. And pop the bubble. Whoa.
You broke out already? Holy shit.
Well, you might as well let yourself get arrested at that point. You can just walk out of there.
Nice. Oh, he's in a bubble.
Yeah.
Even though he has webbed hands and... Oh, because he's a devil fruit user.
Mm-hmm, because he has the
So he's a fish man with a devil fruit. There we go.
Why the glove?
I don't understand the glove. Oh, because when he touches them, they become his mark. So he wants to keep his mark on the princess.
Oh!
Well, here they are. They're teaming up. This is bad.
This is really not great. His shoulders are crazy.
Seems like Charlie's reading her visions wrong. Classic thing. Although she didn't seem to read her other visions wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This guy is wearing
clearly
a hat.
these guys are gonna attack. Luffy's gonna be there defending. And then she saw him cloaked in fire and was like, oh, he's the reason.
There's two options with the vision. Either she just saw Luffy, so she was thinking about him, but really she saw Vanderdeken with the hat. And it was a similar enough hat that she just like
filled in the gaps, and we were seeing her version of it with the gaps filled in.
Or she just saw that Luffy was there while bad things were happening. Which would be true. That would be an accurate vision, but that doesn't mean that he's the cause.
Yeah.
But they also don't know that this is going on, so they can't think like. They also, mermaids are going missing because fucking whatever his face. What was his name? It's not Chameleon. What's that guy's name?
Caribou.
Oh, Caribou.
He's stealing mermaids.
I didn't like that at all the last time, and I still don't like it that he's just wandering around.
And then the princess is getting hunted.
They should have made the door to that, like, an internal door. Like, because the door to her area opens to the outside. But they should have made the door open to, like, another room.
Yeah.
They should have had just, like, multiple like a, yeah.
Yeah.
But she's just locked. She's like, I don't know, like Rapunzel and Ariel kind of combined into one thing. Where she has to, like, stay in her room so that she's safe. And then also she just really wants to go to the surface and know about all the stuff that's up there.
And then we got the team here squadding up. I like that they don't just go quietly. It's like, why would they if they're so powerful? Like,
they're just like...
they won't submit to the world government. Why would they submit to this fish government just because they said,
Yeah, and it's just like,
it's like, no. You have no reason to arrest us. And they don't. They literally have no reason.
Because of a prediction and because some mermaids supposedly went missing? No.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen. Especially when, like, it's silly. And I love, Zoro was in jail, but then he just breaks out, no problem.
Yeah.
I love Luffy just being like, eats all of her food, and then is just like, I don't like you.
Yeah, just being a bitch. Just being a little fucking baby. So what she really needs isn't somebody to be kind to her, it's someone to tell her the truth. That's what Luffy's best at. He only tells the truth, he never lies. Ever.
Yeah. I'm excited to see, what happens. There's lots of different stuff kind of going on. It makes a lot of sense that these two teamed up.
Yeah.
Because it was like kind of like there was like two, villains going on as well as Caribou, So the fact that they're teaming up, it's like, okay, you're kind of combining them into one thing. Because there's still a lot of other stuff going on. And I still just want to know what the message from Jinbei was. I feel like we're not going to get that for so long now.
We might not get it till the end.
Yeah.
It's going to be like some information on maybe where to go next or
like
something.
Meet him at this place in the new world,
something like that. Leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time, Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.